to record. Okay. So let's go back and see who's brave enough to give us what we want. Can somebody do it, please? Start with what we turn on first, because whatever we turn on have to add up to 13. So the question is 13, and the next one will be 15. So somebody have to give us the answer in binary. So Mary, can you do it for us? Mary Blakely?
We turn on 8.
Oh, you want to do it? Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Very
We
good.
turn
I
on
like
8.
that. We turn on 8, you said?
We turn on 4.
We turn on 8. We turn on 4.
4 and 1.
And we turn on 1. Wow, that's amazing. You got it. It wasn't hard for you at all. That's what the computer is doing. This is what the computer is doing. Every number ends up to this binary system that they use for machine language. All right, so don't be scared of it. Our people were already doing this. When the British came, they saw it, and they have to wipe them out and say that they were bad people doing bad things. It wasn't true. This is what they were doing. Okay, so this is what they were doing. So as you can see here, this is the binary notation for 13. Sorry, can somebody do it for 15 for us then? Can somebody be brave enough to do it? Who's gonna be brave enough to do it?
We turn on
No, not you. No, no. You know how to do it. I want somebody to try. You're too smart. Can somebody try? Please, somebody try. Sabina, can you try?
I'm not sure, but then I was looking at it, but I'm not understanding it.
Okay, what do you see here? When you look here, what do you see here you can add together to give you 15?
Um, 8. There's no minus, right? It's only adding. So because I was looking at, okay, so
What do you see here that you can add together to give you, what do you see in here you can add together to give you 15?
okay, I see 8. We
Okay.
can add 8, and then it's like screen is gone. Oh, where is that? I can't see the screen anymore. Is it because I'm talking? Okay, now it's there. Okay, 8. And then
What?
4.
8 and what?
8.
8, 4, 2,
And then
1.
4
Mm-hmm.
and 2.
Is that gonna give you 15?
8. No, and 1. You add 1.
So I thought you said you didn't know how to do it.
Well, I didn't.
But you just did it. You see, that's our
I didn't
problem.
know.
We don't know how to do anything, but we can do this. So we have to awaken the spirit. We can do this. We just
Okay.
scared. We don't know how to do it, but we can do it.
Okay, we can do it.
Exactly. You just did.
All right.
You just did it.
I just didn't know if it was right.
That is what we have to remove. I'm not
Okay.
sure if it's right. We have to remove that fear and know it, just like every other person. Oh, it's correct. I know it. Because I got to turn off everything that is not giving me the number that I want. Therefore, I'm correct. I can't be wrong. Not even in the moon or the stars. That's what we want to achieve. Knowing how to do it, not second guessing ourselves. So with this, we're gonna wrap up this section. We will I will have this, I will copy this, I will select it all, and I will post it there in Riot for you guys to play with. It will be, what do I call it? It will be your, I don't know where to put it, to be honest. Where do I put this thing? Is it in the text area or what? I'll put it in the text. Oh, no, well, it doesn't look like a text. But I'll put it in over there. The girls will take care of it. They will take care of it. Okay, moving forward. So that's the binary. We took care of that. We've done the binary, and we've shown you how to represent them. We did the 15, we did the 13, we did all the rest of them. I made you guys understand that, okay, there's something I'm missing. From here to here, is what they call, can somebody tell me what it's called? That's a nibble. From here to here is another nibble. When you put these two nibbles together, what do you get? When you put the two nibbles together, what do you get? Can somebody be brave enough to tell us?
You get a binary.
Binary.
No, you don't. Binary is 2. You don't get a binary. What do you get? Remember when we did the notepad? What were we getting in the notepad? Byte. You are right. You get a byte. So this is what our people were doing. They used a string, and they attached string to 4 of this. They use a string, they attach string to 4 of this like that. And they will cast it. Okay, I'm showing you guys this thing because this story is about you guys. And they will cast it, see? They will do it like that, they will cast it. When they cast it, they look at which one is open, which one is closed. And when they look at which one is open, which one is closed, they already have a system. They have a word system, like they keep their word based on their belief system in their land. Let me show you guys how they were doing it. And we're using that to develop a very powerful technology today, which nobody knows. That's where that's where all this technology we're building for lockdown, that's where the idea came from. And we're gonna promote that to let everybody know that our people were doing this. So I'm gonna show you guys the thing here. I'm gonna show you guys the thing that we're working on. So I think it's somewhere here. Ah, now you bet. I need to show you guys that. Just give me a second. I'm gonna find it. I'm not sure I deleted it. I'm sure I didn't. I'll try to find it. Sorry. Okay. This is what our people were doing. So they have this. They have what you see on this side is the market days on this side, and on this side is the pillar of their society, their principles. They put it on this side. They repeat them. Now, when they cast the stuff, whatever number they get, they look it up here because they have when you have 2 lines, it means a word in their language. When you have 4, each 2 means a word. They come here and they look it up. They look one up on one side and look one up on this side. Wherever they meet, that is the translation they're gonna give to the person. That's the translation they're gonna give to the person. So that's what they were doing. Just give me 1 second. So that's what they were doing, and some people say that they demonized them. So I want to show it to you guys clearly here. So this is what they were doing. If you see, these are written languages. If you speak the language that I speak, you will see those things mean stuff. When they look it up, they see what it means. And then they tell you And people say that they are demons. This is what they were doing. This is what they were doing. They lied to us. Everything was a lie. So I did extensive research and I found out that these people had Oracle. Where do you think the Oracle word come from? So they stole the information. They came here and built computers, and we never studied ours, and we lost out. So what you see is how they did it, and we're gonna prove that by building systems that will mimic what they did thousands of years ago in the world that we live today. So that's why we're learning, so we can tap into who we are as opposed to other influences. We have to look inside. And that's what motivated me to start teaching what we are doing right now. So that's that. As you can see, we've taken care of this binary system. We are looking good. Every one of you can represent any binary number anywhere you see it, even if it's 128, 30. You just have to see what number can add up to whatever, and you turn the rest of them off. And to start, you have to set up like this, especially like this one. The way I set up here, once you set up that way, you can't go wrong. If you want to succeed in anything, setup is the key. You set up like this, you win. Always set up, you say, oh, what number do I have to put together? If you have exam, you do the same thing, quick. You'll be faster than anybody in that class because somebody showed you how to do it faster. So that's that. So with that being said, we're moving over to human instruction and computer instructions. We have about 39 minutes to finish the class. We want to run on the lean time, and we want to be accurate. We don't want to pass the time limit that we have. Now, moving forward, I will put a break on that for a bit. Let's introduce a website that I want to be your friend moving forward. This website is going to be your friend. I'm going to go ahead and bring that website up. This website, whatever you do, make it your friend. You're going to live with it for the rest of your life. This is the website you're going to live with for the rest of your life. I'm going to introduce you to HTML. So in HTML, it's very simple. We're going to do something interesting and amazing. You have this as a part of your homework as well. So I'm going to explain these things to you. So this is hypertext markup language, HTML, sorry. Hypertext markup language is the language used to write for any protocol that has to do with HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That's the protocol used in the websites to carry information back and forth. This website is going to be in your class schedule, and it's going to be in the links. The girls are doing amazing stuff. Aziab, they are doing Aziab and Natalie. They are doing amazing stuff to make sure you guys get a better education than them. Don't you guys love them? They're making sure you get a better education than they did.
We do.
Thank you very much. So now, you see the doc type? This is what tells this is what tells the protocol what is being used. And the HTML is telling them, oh, well, this is telling him it's a document type of HTML. It's saying, hey, protocol, you should be expecting the document type of HTML. And what you see here is called a tag. You see, tag. This is a tag. This is a tag. So you have to enclose them with a tag. And then HTML is the beginning of the document you're about to write. And header, you are telling them this is the head of the document. And title is the title, as you see right here. This here was inserted inside something like this. That's why when you go to the website, you see the title. Okay? So this is how they did it. And now this is the closing tags. Don't forget the closing tags. The closing tags always have the front slash like this. This is a front slash, right? No, actually, this is a backslash. What am I saying? This is a backslash, okay? And this is another one, is closing the heading. And this is the body. The body is where you write the main content. The main content, what you want to write. Like, for instance, if we decide to change this, the title, and I want you guys to understand how easy and simple it is to do what we are doing now. It used to be complicated when I started. Now it's so easy. And I want you guys to take the fear away. Be confident and strong, knowing that Google is your friend. So now, you see, when we run the code, you get this is a heading. You see, that's a heading. And now you can try to change the title if you like, but changing the title right now is not going to do anything good for us because we're not on the website like on a web page where you can see our title and bookmark us. However, we can change something like right? And now we can go to the next paragraph and say amazing, like that, right? And now we can rerun it. That is your HTML. You will learn a lot more tags and a lot more way of doing things in it. You will learn how to do tables. Everything is here. You probably don't need me to teach you nothing because everything is here. For example, if you go to the CSS, well, that's a style sheet that helps you to have the same format all through your web page, I mean your website. Let's say we go to tables, okay? Let's see what we can do in tables. So this is a whole table. For those of you that are curious that want to start designing stuff, writing their own website and everything, now let's show you in the background that table that you're looking at, how it was formulated. Let's go and look at the software skeleton of the table. Now we run this, we try this ourselves, and this is what we get. And I'll explain to you all this stuff. So this is the beginning of the table right here. As you can see, you have a block here. Inside that block, it defines the family, the font family. You have Arial sans serif, and you have the border collapse, and it says collapse. As you can see, look at the border here. It's very light and faint. That's collapse. And now the width is set to 100%. That means you want it to fit the page, all through the page. You want it to fit it all, 100%. And now look at the table draw and the table and table depth and table height right here. The border is one pixel. It's so small. Look at the border is so small. It's 1 pixel. And look at the text align. Text align are aligned to left. All the texts are aligned to the left as opposed to being aligned to the right. So the only way that I think you understand what's going on here is by us playing with it. So let's play with it. Remember, you have the TD and TH that talks about the height. This is the draw, and this is the I forgot what TR is, but we're gonna play with it. You're gonna see how everything comes into play. Okay. Oh, this is the row. Sorry, table row. Okay, and TH is table height, and the TD is table depth. Okay, so the height and the depth always go together. And always remember the closing. I forgot to tell you this is a style sheet, sort of, kind of, because if you look over here, it's a style sheet. Did you see that? Did you guys see here? It's a style. So they are saying that this style, I want it whenever I reference this document, I want the style to be for all the pages. So now let's play with this. For instance, let's change the border to 2 pixels. Let's change it to 2 pixels, okay? Pay attention. This is the borders. The borders, let's say 2 pixels. Let's see what happens. Did you guys notice anything? Did you guys notice these borders? Okay, if you don't notice it, let me make it 4 pixels. I want you to keep looking till you notice it. Did you notice it now? All right, if you don't notice it, let me make it 4 pixels. Eventually, you will notice it. Do you notice it now?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You see, that is the border. Like I keep telling you guys, Google is your friend. You can find all kind of codes and modify it to be anything you like. What I need you to understand, know how it works. Nobody cares where you got it from. Do you know how it works? Can you show it to me right now? Yes, I can. You show it to me, you get the job. Because I'm not going to worry about the person that tells me they know how to do it and they can't do it. I want to worry about you who told me you can do it and I see you do it. That's what it's all about. Now, let's go back to the old size 4 so we can see the difference clearly now. See? So that's the table depth and the height. They change as the depth changes, the height changes. As you can see, the borders here is what I'm changing. As the border is changing, the height is changing. And do any one of you remember what this is?
The color.
There you go. Thanks a lot. That's the color. Let's say we remove this and we put a 0 there. Let's see what we get, guys. Well, you know it's not going to change much. It's going to be the hue of around that color unless you change the rightmost bit, leftmost bit, which we're going to do now. We're going to change the leftmost bit. So we're going to leave it at D, right? But we're going to go and change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go and change this to an F. When we do that, we're going to get something completely different. Okay, let's do that. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. But it's like pink now, right? You guys can see it's a little pinkish. You see, I told you guys to change the leftmost bit. It's gonna give you a result because in computation, those bits, the leftmost bits, they set the octet. They are very important. It's like you counting 100, and you can see the difference when you say 9 and 100. So that's how it's set up. That's how it's designed. In computation, always remember these bits that are on this side. They are always higher. This a little secret that I'm dropping to you guys. You see, 128, they go from high to low. So if you go here and you change this one, say you change to a C or something, you're gonna see the result is gonna change again. But the first one is the most important one. Every other thing would be a variation. Okay, let's say we change, we put an E here. Let's see what we get. So it's still around that kind of variation of pinkish color and all that. Okay, let's say FF, see what we get. So what does that tell you? FF is close to white. FF is close to white. So if FF is close to white, what could 00 be? Let's find out. Haha, did you guys see that? 00DD. You see what you get? So we are playing with the colors now. And let's play with all the way zeros and see what we get. Black. So today you've learned that 000 into 6 places is black. And FFF into 6 places is 0. And the leftmost bit are very important because they are higher. You're taking the color to the higher region. Okay? So let's not spend too much time on the color part. Let's go down to the padding. What is padding? We're going to find out what padding is. Let's change that size to 2. And we'll see what padding is right quick. See? The padding is not padded as much as it was before because we changed it to 2 pixels. Pixels is how they measure the size in a computer. In software development like this, that they measure the sizes in the graphics. So you see, I put the 4, it expanded it again, and then when I put 8, it's gonna get a lot bigger than what it was. Okay, we run that. It's bigger. All right, so we got that taken care of. Now let's go to the table rows. So we wanted to make the table rows even as we did here, but how even is it? So let's play with it a little bit. Remember, I changed some things in the coloration, and that's obviously affecting the original design. So let's go back and do a D, and we run that. Okay, so we get that. And we made another mistake here. This one was 2 before when we started. Okay. Actually, it was 8 when we started. And we have DDD here. The style, the background color is okay. It's the same as this. And let's align to the right. So that way we can learn about aligning to the right. We learn by doing. This is experiential learning. It's the best learning you can have right now. See, everybody, everything moved to the right, guys. Are you guys seeing it? Everything moved to the right, guys. So now, this here is telling us how big or how bold the letter will be. So let's type IFACT, and then we play with the size of the letter. Can somebody tell me how I can make this one bigger? I have to change something. What do I change to make it bigger? You change to IFACT. See? So let's see what happens if I put a 1 there and another one here. Ah, it got bigger, right? So if you want to create a table, you want to learn and know all these things that are here. And specifically, when you go to the table rows, when you create a table, like for instance, you create a table, this is a table, right? Always remember that the table rows defines each of these rows, like this, all that rows, it defines it. And the table dimension is the size, the dimension of that particular row. Okay, so this is the table dimension. So if you want to do a table row like this, it means that if you look carefully, you see under, can somebody tell me the row, what row this is? Let me see who can get it. Let me scroll out this way. I think it's the last row, guys. It's right here. This is the last row here. So you have the table row, the first one, you have the second one, you have the third one, which is Italy. The third one, which is Italy, is right here, right? And you close the table row with this. And if it's the last row in the table, you close the whole table with this tag. And the whole table is what is now closed. Now, I wanted to show you guys something. When you go to the table row, this is what they call table heading or table header. Table header is this. See? Like here is company, is contact, is country. Okay? So part of the homework that we're gonna do today is I want you to take this whole table, including the homework that Natalie already have set out for you guys, which we normally do to say who we are, our name and all that. This one will be included too, so that you guys will know how to set up, create a table in HTML, and you guys will use that to do amazing things in your spare time. I know a lot of you guys are busy people, but I'm sure that you will benefit from doing this. So I'm gonna paste this in the room. I'm gonna paste it in the text room, and I'm gonna make sure that our responsible ladies take care of it, Asia and Natalie. They figured out what to do, because I want you guys to get as much useful knowledge as possible. Not just any knowledge, but useful ones, the ones you can apply and use. Now, with that being said, we've touched on this part of studying. So let's now try and see how we can introduce you guys to programming. I need you guys to watch this video here. These two videos here, especially for the hardware. I will ask a question on it somehow. This video here, let me bring it up. It's not really a video. It's just the hardware, the parts of a computer, because we're gonna study in the next section. I don't think we can finish it here. We're gonna study, itemize the parts of a computer and move really fast on that. Okay, we did some stuff, but we didn't do everything, and that's that. So now we're gonna wrap up the class with introduction to programming. It's just a simple way of writing codes and programming. And before we start, I wanted to let you guys know that to start programming, there are various ways and various languages that's out there. We have video in the guide for you to read. And we're going to show you how to do simple code in Java, C++, and Python. But we will be teaching Python all through the course of the program. So now we're going to run simple codes. It's not complicated. We're going to look at it. In order for you to do this, you have to download for Java, you need SDK 11 and up, JRE 11 and up, and for Python 2.7 and I think 3.7 and up. That's what you need, and make sure you edit the environmental variables and set up your home. If it's Java, it's gonna be in the path Java home path where the bin is binary folder is. So basically, if you install Python, let me see. I have installed it in the past, and I don't have to install it. So I think the girls will help you guys install all of that. But I'm gonna show you guys straight up, and there's a lot of content in Google to help you. And I have some code which I can show you guys here. dir. Okay, so I think my is right here. I have the demo bits, I have the first Java, and I have the Python, I have the program CPP. So I think the files are here for me. I think they're here. Yep, this one is here. Yep, we can run this one, I think. Yep, let's try that one. All right, to run now. Okay, to run this in okay, okay. All right, let me highlight this so that you guys will understand. When you see G++, it means C++ compiler, and -0 is an option for the program. The program is the name of the file, and the program.cpp is the program file that has the this here has the source code. Okay, when they talk about source code, it's right in here. So let me show you guys what the source code look like. Okay, so remember is the program CPP. Okay, in Windows you will get a exe of the same program, but in Linux or Mac OS you will get a dot. I mean in Linux you will get dot out. Okay, so these are like these are funny, like it converted it to where the machine can understand it. That's what it meant by compiling it. It takes it from the human writable or readable and it converts it to how the machine can understand it. So what our people was doing back in the days is they would do something like this. And the oracle will use the binary to tell them something, and they will use binary to understand the oracle. But to tell the sick person or the person that came to inquire of them the information, they cannot use the binary, the oracle, neither can they use their code, which is like this. In this case, this is C++. C++ always have this kind of library like include .iostream is built on it. It's telling it that IO input output stream. It means that you're gonna do a print something, or you're gonna take something in, or you're gonna output something somewhere. That's what it simply means. And using namespace means that you're gonna use something like this. Cout means to print. You're gonna tell it to print this. And int-main is the main function, which holds arguments. In this case, there's no argument in there held. Instead, it's gonna print something. It's just gonna make a simple statement. So this is what people were doing. They will write the code. The code they were writing is when they are doing the alpha, they were saying something. Nkanka, this. The people don't understand. What they are doing is they are using those words to formulate a poetic iambic pentameter that is in an order. So when it ends, they know where it ends and they know what word it matches to based on the tenets of their land and their market days, because they believe their market days is divine. There's a story behind it. And they know any spoken word could be found. There's a place where every spoken word could be found. Period. That's their secret. Now, these things that we write today, that's what they were chanting. That is called incantation. Nobody can understand it but them or those that train in that field. So when they get the keyword and they match those keywords to the two strings, each pair, and then they find what they are looking for because they have kept the record for years. They have many sampling. That's artificial intelligence right there. So now let's run this and see what we get. There's a code. There's a way of running it. Like here, to run it, I will first of all go where it is. Okay. In Windows, I will do dir. In Linux, I will do ls. So if you do dir, this thing you're looking at is also the same thing here. It's the same thing here. But this one is graphical user interface, like for people to see. And this one is for people that understand the innards of the computer, like CMD, command line interface. As you can see, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? Now let's run that code. To run this code in C++, you have to follow there's a way to run it, pretty much. Like G++ is for C++. If we run this and output to the program and the program.cpp, basically we are sending it output to program.cpp. This is we are telling it to create an executable. Once you create the executable, we run the executable later to be able to run the code. So now we're gonna create the executable. So when I push enter to create the executable, it will create the executable. Now it's created the executable, and I will show you guys here when I do dir again. When I do dir again, you see the program.exe. Now when I run the program.exe, guess what? It's the same program. I say program output to the program.exe, and then I say program.cpp, which is the source file. The sign here you see is and. I'm saying and then run the executable in Windows so that we can see what we wanted the computer to tell us. Now I push enter in there, and hopefully it's gonna give us something. So let's see what it gives us. Why is it taking long now? So did you see what it gave us? Anybody see that?
Yeah.
So is it not the same thing that we typed here? I did this on first try
Mm.
in iFact. So I corrected it and I save it now. And I go away and I come back and I have to compile it again. That's one thing about this kind of languages. You have to, every time you do something, you have to compile. After you compile, then you run it. Now we can run it. Let's see if we can run it. Okay, now we can run it. See? So he changed it in iFact. So this is what coding is all about. We've already done it in the past. This is for C++. Remember this command for C++. We will make it available to you guys so that you guys can, start playing with all this kind of stuff. So we have about 10 more minutes to wrap up. 10 more minutes to wrap up. I hope we can make it. All right, so let's go and do Java. Let's try Java here. Let's go dir first. So as you can see, I have a Java program here. Java is basically .java. It's not complicated again. So I have it somewhere here. If I don't, I'll go find it where I have it, where I kept it. Okay, I'll just go find it where I kept it. Cool. So let's go and find it where I kept it. I kept it here. So I'm gonna open it up so you guys can see. This is Java. .java is what you want to open up. .java. You can use edit with Notepad++ or Sublime or just Notepad. It's okay. So I'm gonna use just Notepad. So here you have the public class. This is object-oriented programming. So you have public class. This is a class first Java program. And then you have public static void main. It's just like intimate or men in remember when we did this one? This is C++. So you can see similarity, but they are different languages. It's like I'm speaking English or I'm speaking my mother's tongue. It's languages, but they're different. But they are languages. So that's what we are seeing here. You see, this one has the same thing, but this one is just regular writing. It's not an OPP, object oriented programming. It's just telling you, just going straight to the function and running the function. But this one has a way of having the verbiage is more on point. The formation is more on point with the syntax. So you have the class, you have the public static void. That means public static void means just print that thing. It's not doing anything else. But if you watch carefully, this one has arguments, string, and args. That's just argument. And string and also array. It has an array in there. You have a string, it has an array and all that. So these are some of the main things that you have in programming that we need to learn. Now, to print something out, as opposed in Java, you see in Java, to print something out is so easy. See out with this arrow going backwards, and then it will print out. But in Java is system.println or just system.print. Print line means that line. In case you have another line, you move to the next line. But let's see what we get, okay? So we're gonna run this real quick, and we're gonna see how it goes for us. So I've done it before, so it's gonna be. So this is when you wanna compile Java, you do javac. So Java compiler, first programming.java, that's to compile Java. You do that, okay? So it's compiled now. If you get an error, it's gonna tell you get an error, but we didn't get an error. But when you wanna run the program, you remove the .java in the program name. You just have Java, the program name, but you remove the .java. That means this code now is in bytecode. It's no longer the source code. It's in bytecode, the one that the language the computer understands. I will show you what it looks like inside. Now, is it not the same thing? This is my first program in Java, right? Did you guys see it? See? So that's how you run that. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you what it looks like to prove to you that this is not anything strange. It should be expected. Just like when back in the days, people go there, they don't understand what those men are doing. But you see, this is what the computer understands. This is what the computer understands. That's what when we compiled it, we converted the source code to this. And it makes no sense to any human being. But the computer understands that. See? Now, that's for C++. Let's try the same thing for Java, the Java class itself, and see what we get. See, the same thing. This is the bytecode. That's what the computer will understand. So with this, we come to the conclusion of today's class. Not really quite a conclusion, but actually a beginning of something new. But before we go, I wanted us to do the same thing with Python. I know some of us here understand Python a little bit. Hopefully they can guide us to write something simple in Python. I don't know if there's a brave heart here that can say, you know what, let me give these people some of my energy. Do we have a brave heart here? Just sprint. It is going to be fine. And now you tell me which language is simpler. Python is saying print. It is going to be fine. That's what Python says. So let's see what we get when we save it. From all the other programs that I showed you guys, let's see which one you think is very, very easy now. So this is Python. It's saying it's going to be fine. That's what it's saying. Now we're going to go run Python. To run Python is very easy. You do whatever the name of the file is, .py. But I'm not going to do it first. I'm going to go to the directory. To the directory, so I can show you guys how you can tell it's Python file. It says .py. Remember, .cpp is C++, and .java is Java language. But for Python, it's .py. Now let's run it. If I want to run it, I do new.py, just like it shows, and I run it. It is going to be fine. Don't you love that? It's like you write in English. It's like you just write in English. You see where I'm coming from? It's just like you write in English. So this is why it is important for all of us to pay attention and see what's going on. It's not as difficult as they made us to think or believe. We can do this. We just have to spend a lot more time in doing it, and we have to have that confidence in doing it. So you have your homework here. Natalie and Azia have set out some of the homework from what we've done in the past, and I added one more to it for you guys to create a table. And don't be shy. You have to do it. It is important. And we have come to the conclusion of the class today, and we had fun. I'm so excited. I had a terrible day, but when I came to class with you guys, I'm happy because I can see in you guys' eyes that you guys are getting what I'm saying. If you have a question, if there's any difficulty, you let us know. Our goal is to help you understand the modern technology that we use on a regular basis. We might not be the best to take you to the moon or to the stars or wherever, but we want you to be our little champion that understand the complete technology of the time you are here in this world, the time you're living in. And we want a good number of us to understand it. And with this, we come to a conclusion. It was a good day. It was a great part of our education process here. And I really appreciate all of you guys. Before we go, I'd like to thank Lockdown LLC for their continuous support. And I also like to thank them for the giant leap that we've made in E1T1 in getting legitimizing ourselves and being a part of the legal corporate community in the state that we live in. And that's just about it. And I encourage every one of you to keep studying and never stop, that the Google has all the information for you. If there's any way you can support the program, please do support the program. And we really want to grow. Thank you all, and you guys take care till Sunday.
See you Sunday. Bye.
All right, y'all take it easy now.